see the life scale of the company. There are a lot of positions about the role of the competition, and you will read the paper not for the second next class, but class after the next one. You will read the paper by Stigler about the role of competition, how to organize. There are a lot of theories about the competition, how to measure the competition, how to measure the position company on the firm, how to measure the market share of the company, how to measure the situation for the antitrust regulations. Do you know the Lerner index or market concentration ratio, 4th, 6th, 8th shares and others, or for example, indexed by Herfindahl and Hirschman, other indices could be measured the competitive situation under the market. Imperfect and perfect competition. Many types of the market structures. Which market structure you know? First of all, monopoly. Next one. Oligopoly. Next one. Monopoly. Next one. Perfect competition. Imperfect competition. Which type of imperfect competition you know? Oligopoly. First of all, restricted monopoly, monopolistic competition, and others. I guess the requirement is and show you some models by for imperfect competition description. Что-нибудь вы такое считали? Duopoly вы видели? Смотрели. Duopolistic models, how to solve how many quantity of the goods could be under the situation of duopoly and others. Discretionary governance models, you see some definitions of the most famous models, for example, by William Baumol. Target function of a manager is to maximize sales or sales growth. Instead of maximizing total profit, we could be maximizing the sales. We would like to be a number one, like a seller of the main product of the company. Next one, Ronald May's model, maximization of the growth rate of real assets with the constraint of the ratio of market and book value. What the difference between the book value and market value? Who knows how we can call the ratio between the market value and book value? What is the ratio? Why we need to restrict, why we need to put into account the Tobin skew while we maximizing the rate of growth rate, because we need to put the restriction on the efficiency of the company. Because the market value show us, the Tobin skew can show us how effective the company is, because the market value, how much did it costs, and book value, how much we paid for Williamson model. Interconnection of the remuneration of the managers and the achievement of long-term interests of the firm, short run and long run. The difference between the short run and long run, Николай, только на тебя уповали. Здрасте, мы с вами обсуждали.
So, one is not fixed, the variable is fixed.
Thank you very much. You again absolutely right. The difference between the short run and long run according to the fixed assets or variable assets. Fixed assets would exist only during the short run, and the variable assets would present on during the long run. This is period when the company will change its scale. That's why there is no fixed assets. Okay. I mentioned it. Okay, let's see on the graphic illustration of the Oliver Williamson model. Тут вас должно заныть сердце, потому что это потрясающе похоже на те графики, которые рисовала Елена Викторовна. Ой, зубы заболели сразу. Okay, you see two different curves. Who knows if we will speak about theory of firm, we can use the traditional type of curves. Which curves you see? This one and this one. Here. Help yourself.
Isn't it marginal product and disadvantage?
Marginal product.
Maybe.
Well, okay. I will give you the proof. First of all, you see here it is the X raised the staff. What does it mean? How many employees involved in the company? The staff would be a proxy variable. Proxy variable means фиктивная переменная. Proxy variables for quantity, for Q. Because during the short run, capital is fixed, labor variable. That's why we can change the Q if we will change the labor or staff or number of the employees. That's why we will change the number of employees. That's why we will change the quantity of our output. Here you can see the proxy variable for Q or quantity. Here it's the profit. Total profit of the company. Dependence between the Q and total profit. How we can call this line? The dependence between quantity and the total profit. How we can call this line? The curve of total profit. Because why this curve will be in the negative part of our graph. While here we can see the negative meanings of the total profit. Because we are on the very beginning of the production and company has, for example, only one employee or two employees, maybe 10 employees or 100 employees, but it's too little number of, a few number of employees. That's why we can organize on the lowest level our production. The amount of the fixed cost will be on the maximum now. The fixed cost is the fixed capital. Fixed. Here, the capital on the maximum level, the labor on the minimum level here. That's why too many fixed costs are in the cost of our production, and a little bit about the labor cost. That's why we are in the negative. A few outputs leads to the negative results. Слишком мало мы производим, не окупаем. We are under the break-even point. What does it mean, break-even point? The model of break-even point you need to study with Елена Викторовна Тисон.
You should not концентрацию бизнеса. Если не break-even point, то следует закрыть бизнес.
Up to? Yes, because we are not covered the fixed cost yet. Just after that, we will be, we live here, we get close to the break-even point. Here it is, our first break-even point, or big number one. Just after, the marginal revenue will be more than the marginal cost. That's why our company will have additional positive marginal profit. But you see, the first differential and the second differential are different. The first differential of this function is positive or negative? Первая производная этой функции позитивная или негативная? Положительная или отрицательная?
Positive.
Positive. First differential of the function is positive.
Positive.
One, because our function is a rise up to the maximum. Maximum will be at the point K. Just after the first differential of the function is
Negative.
negative. But what about the second differential? Here, first positive, second
Positive.
2. Here, first positive, second
Positive.
negative.
Negative.
Negative, because additional revenue decreasing. Second differential is negative. Функция же прирастает, но убывающими темпами. Вот здесь она росла нарастающими. Here it is. You see? Additional revenue bigger and bigger and bigger. And here, additional revenue less, less, less. First plus, second plus. First plus, second minus. Here, first
Negative.
ديت
Positive.
positive, растущими темпами. Positive, thank you. First, negative. Second,
Negative.
negative. Differs decreasing, and then the decreasing range. Okay, here it is. Again, breaking point. Maximum, beep, beep, and what about this curve? What does it mean? Utility, thank you very much. Utility of whom? No. Егор. Manager. Thank you. Utility of manager, because we try to interpret the target function of the company in managerial theory. Target function of company equals to target function of manager. Utility function of manager. Our manager tries to choose between the how many profit he will organize for the founder of the company. What does it mean? Staff. How many outputs we need to produce? How many goods, how many services we need to produce? And he will choose between two these tasks. This task is he will find the optimal point on level of the L. L, this is the optimal choose. Why? Why this is the optimal point? If I will show you here, this one, U1, U2, U3, L, M, N, for example, O. Why the L equals to optimum, equals to maximum of the utility? Why the maximization would be at point L? Try to compare the level L, M, N. Why L is better? Try to think according to the function of utility. If profit useful for our manager, yes, of course, useful. If staff useful, yes. But profit and the staff, according to the utility function, how we can call these two goods? Profit and the staff for manager. stuff is good. For example, the more number of employees, the better for him, because he will be a big boss. The more profit, the more better for him, because he is more effective. He is more useful for the founder. He's powerful, bigger. His property is bigger.
Показать. Показать.
Как мы называем вот ситуацию, когда для него и то выгодно, и он между собой эти наборы как-то комплементарные товары могут быть, а еще какие? Субститьюты. Совершенно верно. These best goods are substitutes. Okay. The marginal rate of substitution, how will be? How different the marginal rate of substitution here? In this point, let's compare the M and N. Let's compare the level of utility between the U2 and U3. There will be the better position for manager, U3 or U2. You see here. Profit, stop. 2, 1, 3. Where the highest level of utility? U3, of course. Because here you see, for example, let's fix the profit on the level P1. On the first curve, you can see S1, S2, S3. Here, the biggest number of the staff with the fixed going at the profit. This is the best one. Again, here you see, for example, let's fix again. The staff will be fixed. Profit, profit, and profit. Again, the best decision. That's why this curve of utility gives for manager the biggest utility. The far from the origin, the bigger utility would be on the curve of utility. Чем дальше от начала координат, тем больше полезность обеспечивает кривая полезности. А это карта кривых полезностей, да? Okay, why? Again, let's go back to my previous question. Why the L is the optimum, not M, not N. Masha? Because the M and N, why on the lower level of utility? U1 better than U2. U3 better than U1. But why point O is not the optimum? O is better than L. O is better than M, better than N.
We cannot reach it.
Yes, because we couldn't reach it. For us, this is impossible allocation of the resources. We have no enough staff, we couldn't catch such level of the profit. Это невозможное распределение ресурсов. Мы бы рады столько получить, но у нас нет возможности это сделать. This is impossible allocation. Oh, this is impossible allocation. We couldn't catch it. L, N. This is the possible allocation of the resources. But the L better than M because in M the staff is in the deficit. In N the profit is in the deficit. And in L our desire, or for example, desires from the manager side equals for the possibility from the side of the firm. This is the balance or equations between the utility and the possibility of the allocation of the resources of the company. Is it clear why the O is the optimum? But the biggest idea or the main idea of this model is not according to the how to find the optimum. The main idea is the maximum of profit is the point K. The optimal point of manager is L. L is the less level of the profit than the K. Here is the difference between the level of profit K and L. Which point is better for the owner of this company or capital holder or shareholder of this company? K, of course, because the shareholder is the owner of capital. He or she would like to have the biggest or highest efficiency of the capital, the highest level of the profit, instead of the highest level of the staff. Why the final decision will be on the level L, not on the K? This is the losses of the efficiency, of course. The optimal level of the efficiency, here it is. But the here will be the real distribution of the resources, not very effective. We can see here that our manager spent a lot the labor resources. He would like or motivated to build his own empire, become a big boss. Why the owner commits to him spend so many resources in an efficient way? Why?
Because it's better for the long run.
No. Because for him, this is the difference between the K and L. This is for him the payment for the special services from the side of manager for his management of the company, because the shareholder or owner not play a role of the manager. Это уступка. Раз сам не управляешь, не сверяйся с тем, что есть. That's why in the real company, the company far from the optimum. Owner should pay for inefficient, should pay for a role of the manager. If owner, if shareholder would like to be more effective, please play a role of manager by herself. That's why the real company far from the maximization way. This is only why description of the difference principles of the company and real company. Difference between the real firm and so-called black box firm, like a black box in the neoclassic firm. Okay, guys, that's all about the managerial theory. Go to the Moodle. Guys, please open your Moodle resource and please, topic number 2, second topic, evolution of methodological approaches to firm analysis and modern management theory. You see, this test, it's not real quiz. You see, here you will find 10 absolutely equivalent questions. Remember and write down the statements of the neoclassical theory of the firm and consumption, which use the same methodological framework. The final score is determined by the number of correctly found positions. Okay, сроки. During the 15 minutes, okay. Please start. Please find the same statements for firm theory and consumption theory. Я только что показывала. Нет, вторая тема. Topic number 2. Comparative characteristics, да. Comparative characteristics of the theory of firm. I will show. Here, your quiz, comparative characteristics of the firm and consumption theory. You have 15 minutes for finding the pairs of statements.
тема. Вторая? Второй топик. Точно? Нет, первый. Второй топик. Так, а как называется еще раз этот тест? Компаритив. Homework. Да, вот это. Да? Я думаю, просто по букве каждый. И прайс. Чего вы пишете?